Baltimore, Maryland, September 16th, 2019. A team of scientists, backed by the U.S. Department of State Ambassadors Fund for Cultural Preservation, completes a 6-month project to conduct the first LiDAR survey of this World Heritage Site. LiDAR utilizes laser wave pulses to create a 3D representation of an area and allows unprecedented access to otherwise impenetrable locations.
This recent LiDAR survey at Temwin Island and Nan Madol indicates that there was a specially designed irrigation system that could support people on this relatively small island adjacent to Pohnpei, and then Nan Madol is built there too. So who then would have built such a sophisticated irrigation system, which no one knew about until this recent LiDAR survey? And it doesn't seem that the so-called builders, the Sautelairs, were the builders of this.
While the study continues to credit the construction of Nan Madol to the Sautelairs, many researchers suggest that the oral history of the people of Pohnpei contradicts this notion.
This recent LiDAR survey is sensational because the big mystery about Nan Madol was always, where did the people get their food from or their water? And according to the local population, it had to be boated in. But if you now look at this new LiDAR survey, which suggests that there is an artificial irrigation system on Temwen, well, they could have collected the water right there, and this leads me to think that the Sautelairs appropriated whatever was at Temwen Island and Nan Madol.
Does the LiDAR survey prove that the conventional theories crediting the Sautelairs as the creators of Nan Madol are wrong? But if so, who built Nan Madol and why? September 2019. Intrigued by the results of the recent LiDAR survey, ancient astronaut theorists Giorgio Tsoukalos and David Childress embark on a journey to the remote island of Pohnpei. They are hoping to find evidence that could shed new light on what has become a centuries-old mystery.
Here we are.
It's exciting.
This expedition is the first for Giorgio, but David's 5th visit to the megalithic site.
All right, Lou.
Hi, Gus. This is our guy.
How are you, Gus? Good to see you.
At Mangrove Bay on the island's north shore, Giorgio and David meet up with Micronesia's National Historic Preservation Officer, Gus Kohler.
So ready to go?
Let's get going, yeah.
Okay.
From here, they will travel by boat to Nan Madol.
Nan Madol is one of the last ancient mysteries that I have yet to see. And it's been 30 years since I've wanted to come here, and I cannot wait to see what awaits us. And what better guide than David Childress?
Nan Madol is the 8th wonder of the world. It's one of the most amazing megalithic sites that I've ever seen, but it's very little known. The archaeologists who come here,
What do they say?
yeah, how do they say it was made, Nan Madol?
Everyone has their own theory.
Different theories.
If you imagine, if you carry it, you know, it's a very uneven terrain. You've got mountains, you've got valleys, you've got
very
water.
rugged.
Very rugged.
Very rugged.
And then the question of putting it or having it hung underneath a boat.
I mean,
incredible.
we've tried to carry logs, small ones on rafts, tried to imitate out. It's just impossible.
They can't do it.
Really? So you have actually tried.
We've tried. We've
to do it the
experimented.
way that mainstream archaeology suggests, and it didn't quite work.
Not with the rafts that we had.
According to mainstream scholars, bamboo rafts transported the blocks used in the construction of Nan Madol. But Gus Kohler does not agree. As far as he's concerned, this method has repeatedly been tested and has failed, even when the smallest of basalt columns are used. One of the most recent attempts was made for a television documentary in 1995.
After several attempts, they were unable to demonstrate how this would be done, even with smaller blocks weighing only 1 ton.
After a 90-minute boat ride, David and Giorgio get their first look at the massive basalt walls of Nan Madol.
All right, so here we go. Here's the massive seawall here. but it's just huge. Look at these giant stones, how they're piled up here. But it's
Incredible.
just, it's huge. It's just 250 million tons of basalt just piled up and into giant walls and artificial islands. It boggles the mind. It's so incredible.
I mean, some of these blocks are just massive, massive.
Yeah, huge.
The first time I laid eyes on Nan Madol, I thought it was prehistoric. This place, potentially, is thousands of years older than what mainstream archaeology suggests.
Nan Madol astounds you when you see it, but most archaeologists really don't want to open this Pandora's box of what is there on this island because it's not easily explained by mainstream archaeology.
Rufino Mauricio, the director of the Federal States of Micronesia Office of National Archives, is among many who believe that the secret to Nan Madol's origins may not be a terrestrial one.
The existence of Nan Madol itself continues to puzzle people because it welcomes all kinds of possibilities, including possibilities of people from the outer space influencing what was built here.
People from outer space? It is a question that Giorgio and David are determined to answer. And as the first step in their investigation, they are eager to make a closer examination of the site and investigate the details of its baffling construction.